I'm Kayla.
And I'm Jackie.
And this is the Kayla and Jackie Show. We are getting that down.
I really still feel like you should just do it because every time I forget.
Or, you know what we'll do eventually is just record it so we'll have it just as a sound clip.
I think we should, because
so
every
then
time
we won't have to worry about
you
it.
say and I'm like watching you and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be speaking as well. Okay.
Well, we meant to do this episode last year, but the time just got away from us.
Yeah.
And we just got super busy with the holidays, and then I came down with a cold at the end of the year.
It just happened so fast.
Yeah.
The last year went by so fast.
So, well, we thought we would do what some of our top faves were, or favorites, of 2015 were. And we've broke it down into 3 categories. But first, I just want to give a little note. I know I said in the first episode that this would be up on iTunes and YouTube and SoundCloud. Well, I'm having trouble uploading those. So as soon as I figure out how to do them, they will be up there, I promise. But for right now, it's just up on SoundCloud. And I put the link to our SoundCloud channel page, whatever you call it, in the description box in our Twitter account, which is kandjpodcast.
Okay, it is.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the Twitter handle.
That's what I thought it was.
And then I think the picture is Kayla and Jackie Show.
Okay. I'm still not sure what this is called.
If you want to know the reason why we're having trouble with the name, go and listen to episode 1.
Good. Call back. I like it.
So, our first category is books.
Books.
And
why are you doing
It's okay. We are both really big book junkies. We love reading. We read all different kinds. So this was kind of hard for us.
Yeah.
And mind you, we do have the book club.
Oh, yeah, we have the book club.
Which neither one of us are close to being done with that book.
I was a little ahead of you, so I'm kind of like waiting so that we're like closer together.
Yeah, like I will start to read some this week. I'll have a little bit more free time tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, so.
My mom said that maybe you would like it a little bit more if we watched a movie first. Because
no, not really.
I feel like this is good, though, because I think that if we read it and then have our discussion and watch the movie, it'll make it so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just feel like it'll
Well, if we have time, we can do that. Because I don't want to spend too much time on this book and then start the next one.
Yeah.
Because we already have our next book.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited about that.
But we're not going to tell you what it is until we're done with the first one. And in case you don't know what it is or remember, again, go listen to episode 1.
Yep.
I almost said book 1.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, so anyway, mine isn't really one book. It's actually a series. I found it actually in 2015, but some of the series came out, or some of the books in the series came out in 2015. And this series is not for younger kids. It's...
What age group do you think?
Probably 18 and plus.
Okay.
Even that is pushing it.
Oh.
It's called the Rockstar series. It's by Terry Ann Browning. The reason I say it's an adult series is because it has a lot of those iffy situations. Like, it has sexual scenes, there is drugs, there's alcohol, and there's a lot of problems with that. But I love the way she writes, and the first book actually came up in like one of the suggestions on Amazon, and if you've ever been searching books on Amazon, you know those are continuous, and you can get stuck in a black hole.
It's true.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So the first one actually had 4 stars, and I'm like, sometimes you can't really judge the stars.
Yeah, the stars can lie. You gotta read reviews.
Like, I've read a book, I don't remember now which one it is, or what the name of the book is, that had 5 stars, and I thought it was absolute crap. Yeah. So, I'm like, well, I was just kind of looking to broaden my horizon a little bit. So, I downloaded the first one because it was free. And can't go wrong with free books.
No.
And I loved it. And I've read...
Like, give us a little blurb about, like, what it's about. Like, if we were really reading the jacket or the back of the book, what would be, like, the summary? Don't give away what happens. You know how it's, like, this is this person, and then this is the situation. What's gonna happen? That's
like, do you want just, like, from the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so, like, if we were in Barnes & Noble or, like, a local bookstore,
mm-hmm.
and we picked up the book, this is what it would say. Go for it.
Okay. I don't remember what the first one's called off the top of my head, but if you just search Terry Ann Browning, you'll find him, because all of them are something like Rockstar Who Saved Me or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's just the author is Terry Ann Browning. The first one, though, it's based off of this band called Demon Wings, and they were childhood friends who just played in a band and played music together to escape all the problems they had at home. And then the neighbor girl, her name is Emmy, they were like her saving grace.
Oh.
And her mom was abusive, and she would always escape to her neighbor Nick's house, who was a member of Demon's Wings. And so then the guys all get famous, and they kind of adopt Emmy as like their sister, and it kind of goes into all the love stories.
Oh, I like it.
And like each book is like a different member.
Mm-hmm. I can see this like as a TV show or like a
yeah,
movie.
It would be a great TV show.
That sounds good.
Even like a movie too.
Ooh, another podcast we should like cast people in it. I love doing that.
Yeah,
like watching something or like reading something and being like, this is who I want it to be this part.
And like each book is different, and then eventually it goes on to like their, like I would say brother band, essentially just a band they're best friends with.
Oh.
And it's their point of view and their love stories.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, and like I love this series. I've read all but 3 of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that really says a lot. If I finish a series or read majority of it, I really like it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I would recommend it, but it does have situations in it. So,
like mine, Outlander. That's my, because I started reading that 2014, the end of 2014, and then I read books 3 and 4. I think it's out of 7 or 8 books.
Wow.
But I'm on the 4th one right now. They're real dense books. They're really big, but they're really good. They're just like, there's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
But it's another one that is probably 18 and up. Maybe if you're a mature, like 16-year-old. But I would definitely say older.
That's one you've been wanting me to read forever and a day, right?
Yes, I do. It's so good. And like the first one, it's a TV show now too. So I've also wanted to watch the TV show, even though there's a little differences. But it's really cool because it takes place in 1940s, and it's in Scotland. Main character Claire is after the war. She was a nurse in the war, and she's on a kind of like a new honeymoon with like her husband.
Yeah,
because they've been separated for so long, and they're trying to get back together, just because of the war. And then magic happens, and she ends back up in like the 1740s.
Oh wow!
In Scotland. In the middle of like a Scotch clan, and then she has to like figure out what she's gonna do. How does she get home? And so that's part of it. That's the lead up.
Maybe I'll get around to it eventually.
It's really good. Like there's people who are obsessed with it, and I can see it. I mean, I really do see it.
Well, if I didn't have like a gazillion and 1 books to read right now. Sorry about that.
We're real professional.
Sorry. And just a side note this time, we're not in my car recording it.
Obviously, yeah.
We are somewhere else.
We're in a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Again. Hopefully it won't happen again.
I don't know. I did just hang up on them. And I think they were trying to leave a message.
Well, we got important stuff here.
Well,
so
whatever.
Yeah. So our next category that we wanted to talk about was music. I love all things music.
Yeah, you're really music. You're just like the music person. You're the tech person and the music person.
Yeah.
Even though I like music, but you like music.
The music has helped me a lot through in some very tough situations over the years. So it's kind of like my lifeline in some ways. I know that's really kind of dark and deep and...
No, I get it. I love good lyrics. Like when you... Yeah. Especially if you could hear it when you're like when it's played, it's great. But if you like can look at like the lyric book, like when you open it up, if you buy the CD...
Yeah. Well, like, if you buy it off of iTunes, like, the whole CD, you get the digital booklet.
I know, but sometimes you don't, you know? Like...
That's true.
Especially if you just, like, buy a song.
Yeah. You have to buy the whole album, but right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But it's just, like, so nice to, like, see the lyrics and just be like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Like, I always feel like if I hear a song more than once, and if it's not a song that's, like, a current popular song... that you hear just on every radio station. Like, if it's an older song, and if I hear it more than one time in the same day, it's like, okay, I gotta evaluate this song, and I gotta really listen to it, because obviously it's trying to tell me something.
Can I say a song? It's older, but every time I hear it, it gets me. Bent by Matchbox 20. It's like from 2000.
I don't think I heard it.
Oh my god, I don't know what it is about it. I heard him sing it acoustically, and it was just so amazing. Just like the emotions, because he just keeps talking about how he's bent and he just needs like help, and he doesn't know he's going to be put back together.
Okay, I need to hear this song.
It's so good. We'll listen to it after we finish recording.
Well, like, point in case, like, what I mean is, in high school, I had a friend die at the beginning of our senior year. It was very, very sad. And I miss her dearly, and it'll be 9 years this year in October. And for some reason, I don't know why, we had a conversation of if we were to die, what was one song we'd want played at her funeral. Oh. I know that's a weird conversation to have, but...
I get it, especially high schoolers. I can see it.
And she always loved the song Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. Oh. And so... every year on her anniversary, I will hear that song repeatedly, and then
it's like a sign.
Yeah, and another one is what's it called? I think it's Picture by Nickelback. It's either Picture or Photograph.
I think it's Photograph. But it says like, look at this picture. I think it's Photograph.
Yeah, I think so too. I should know this. Hang on, I'll look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's Photograph.
Yeah, but anyway, that song, like the night she died, I just was kind of numb. And I put my music on to just kill the silence and just kind of distract me from what was happening. And that song came on, and one of the lyrics is, I don't know it off the top of my head, but it has Kim in it. And, I remember. It was, Kim was the first girl I kissed. I was so nervous I nearly missed.
Oh, so it's the Kim in there.
Yeah.
Makes you think of Kim.
Yeah. So, and then I, like, really listened to it then, and just the whole song was, just kind of hit me. It's Photograph is the name of the song.
I thought it was Photograph.
I just wanted to double check. And now it's kind of becomes a comfort to me, because it's just, the whole thing is just you're looking at the memories.
Oh, yeah.
And were they good, or...
Are there songs that you can't listen to because of just how, like, because there are songs that are just put you back in that time period that you just can't listen to?
Well, it's not so much, the one song that comes to mind, it doesn't have to do with her death, but it comes with another situation in my life. A couple years ago, I had a really bad infection, and I almost died from it. Well, kind of a couple years before that, a song came out called If I Die Young.
Oh, yeah.
I could not listen to that song because I was 21 at the time, and I did come so close to almost dying. I could not listen to that song at all. And
it's a really dark song.
It is. Like, I'm not so bad now. It's been 4 years, or 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
So, it's not so bad now, but at the time, I couldn't do it. And another one that's just popped into my head is Time for Me to Fly by REO Speedwagon.
Oh.
again, I'm fine with it now, but my mom had heart surgery when I was 20. Mm-hmm. That was a rough couple years for my family, but she had heart surgery, and I could not listen to that song.
Yeah.
I couldn't, because it just, to me, it signified, like, the passing and, like, them going to heaven.
Yeah, I get that.
And I couldn't do it. I could not listen to it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, now I'm fine with it, because she's fine, she's healed, and it's been...
But there's just some things that you still can't, because it just brings all of it back.
Yeah. And, like, there are times where there are songs where I can't listen to them at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's times where I've got music that is just my, like, absolute saving grace, and that will just bring me back when I'm in, like, those dark places.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm, like, low, I feel like I indulge in the low kind of songs, like the songs that are real emotional.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. And then sometimes when I really need to pick me up, I like the fun rap songs, like, you can't stand them.
Well, this actually brings me to my first artist. One of them that will just get me going and pumped every time is Fall Out Boy.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some of the best, like, just go get them songs.
Some of their old stuff is more of, like, real, like, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And that's more of, like, when you're low and you just want to, like, indulge in it.
Yeah. Like, their album, Save Rock and Roll. I love that album. They actually made music videos and turned it into a full movie of the whole album. And at the time, it didn't make sense because they put out, like, a couple videos that didn't go together. But when I saw it, it's like, oh, now it makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, like, my absolute... This is another quick sidetrack. And then...
That's all we do.
Yeah, exactly. My two, like, go-to songs when I need something to pick me up is Just Keep Breathing by We the Kings and I'll Be Your Strength by The Wanted.
Oh.
That song in particular helped me through some dark times. And it still does. And I'll just, like, I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm so grateful to have found that song.
No, I know what you mean. There's a weird thing. I feel like people who don't really like music don't... Because there's people who are just not into it.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't understand how you can feel, like, so grateful and so connected to certain songs. Like, because they just say exactly how you feel, but you can't articulate it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of where words fail, music will speak.
Right. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You should put that on something.
Well, it's not mine. It's...
Oh, you really? I was like, that's good. That's real good. I was just thinking, I feel like we should have named this podcast just Sidetrack. Like, because all we do is just like, by the way.
Yeah. So, what is one of your artists?
Oh, God. Let me think. Well, I'm trying to think.
You like Hotline Bling, didn't you?
I did. I like Hotline Bling. That's one of the songs that kind of just can get you feeling good when you need confidence. That Feeling Myself. Nicki Minaj and Beyonce. That's another one that's like can get you pumped up.
Yeah.
In the zone. Especially if you need like confidence. Albums. I came out I think the year before, but Bastille, I got really into Bastille. Mm-hmm. A friend of mine said they did a cover of like a Scrub. You know, is it just Scrub?
I think it's just Scrubs.
Scrubs by TLC.
Yeah. They
did a cover in the Live Lounge, which is from England. You could YouTube it. It's great. And then because I liked Pompeii and I liked their song Bad Blood. Mm-hmm. So I like got their album and some of their songs, because you can get a bonus CD where it has like 6 more songs. It's so good. And they did a cover of that song. I can't remember the name of it, but it's from, you might not know it. It's from the 90s, the one where the kid was crying all alone in the bedroom floor. I saw them. It was like, God, what's that?
Yeah, they do sound familiar.
I'm looking them up. You just keep talking. I'm gonna look them up. City High? Is that it?
I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking Gangster's Paradise, but I know...
Oh, no, but I love Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah, that's a great song.
When, anytime when he says, something like, I'm 23, will I live to be 24?
The way things are going, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes!
I'll be in my car, and I go, yes. Like, you do.
Yeah.
I can't find anything. I typed it in, because I think it's like City Heights, maybe?
Okay.
And they just were like, City Heights the place. So I'm like, great, thanks, Google.
Yeah, thanks.
Nothing.
My next artist, and I think you like this artist as well, is James Bay.
I do, yeah.
He is so good. He's got just his lyrics and his voice is so powerful.
Mm-hmm. What was the what was it called?
Just Let It Go.
Let It Go. That song, I heard that on the radio randomly, and I was just, the lyrics, it just hit me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yes.
I had never heard of him up until, I think it was 2014. His song Move Together came on just like a music channel on TV. Mm-hmm. And I listened to it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And I bought the song on iTunes and it was so great.
It's good.
I would love to see him in concert one day.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, because I think...
We should look into this.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, because we went to the We the Kings concert.
Last year, yeah.
And that was fun.
That was awesome. I hope they come back this year.
Remember the really, really drunk blonde girl that kept, like, dancing around, and you were like, she's drunk. And I'm like, she's really feeling this. And you're like, she's drunk, that's why. And then I looked at you, and I'm like, I feel like we all should live life with the intensity that blonde girls live your life right now.
And I'm just like, drunk?
And you're like, what? And I'm like, she just really has no cares. And then she sat by us and was like, banging the table, and I'm like, what is happening?
Her way of getting into it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but...
No, my next one, I guess it'd be your turn.
Oh, I'll say two at once. Mumford & Sons had an album that came out, Florence and the Machine. Both real good. Again, the lyrics, they're just really good. And also, like Florence, I really like how she puts music together.
I feel like she puts her all into every song she does.
Yeah, and, like, she even put, like, the demos on. I think I got, like, a special, I don't know what kind of CD I got, but there were demos of the songs on there, and the demos were just so good. Mm-hmm. They were, like, real... kind of like old Florence. Yeah. Because, like, some songs she did it a little differently than normal, but I've loved Florence from, like, day one.
Oh, I almost said a song, but I don't think she did it.
What?
No, it was Lana Del Rey.
Oh.
Young and Beautiful.
Oh, that's a good song, though.
I didn't like the original, but I watched the updated version of Great Gatsby.
Oh, yeah.
And I was listening to the soundtrack, and she did a cover, a remake of Young and Beautiful, and slowed it down, and it sounds so creepy, but it's really good.
Yeah, that's the one I've heard. I've heard the dance version, but you're like, why?
Yeah,
why?
No.
You don't need to do this.
Yeah, no.
I don't get why. That's like a thing. I heard Adele's Hello, dance version, and I was
no.
Why?
Heck no. I heard Writing on the Wall, Sam Smith's song, and I heard that as a dance one, too, and I'm like, hell no.
No.
These songs are designed the way they are for a reason.
The best, though, was one day I heard the dance version of Skyfall, and it was so funny because it was like her singing, and then all of a sudden the guy was like, Skyfall, and it was like, boom, 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 and it like broke down, and I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my next artist, his name is Nathan Sykes. He was formerly a member of the band The Wanted. They're currently on a break, hiatus, whatever you call it, or whatever.
Isn't that like One Direction? They're on a real break. One Direction's probably over. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but One Direction was pushed through the ground.
Yeah.
I hope The Wanted come back because they're my all-time favorite band of just ever. But he's put out a couple songs last year, and his album's coming out this year. He's really good at piano.
There was a song he came out with. It said like kissing something or kiss me.
Kiss Me Quick.
Yes, I knew it.
Yeah, that's actually one I don't really like.
Mm-hmm. That's the one I've heard a lot.
Yeah,
I'm always like, that's that guy from The Wanted.
Yep. The one that I absolutely love is called Over and Over Again.
Oh.
That came out November of last year, and it was so great. and his voice, and just, I love everything about it.
That sounds good. Oh, the play musical that I like.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Alexander.
It's just Hamilton, but it is about Alexander Hamilton.
Yes.
And
I'll get it right eventually.
It's kind of sad because I feel like there's kind of now a backlash because it's so popular on Broadway.
It's just the current craze.
And now, of course, people have to hate it because people like it. And
Yeah.
I just feel like that's not fair because a lot of it sounds stupid, but a lot of people, when they've seen it, it's kind of like mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've listened to the CD now.
Yeah.
That I have of it, the cast album.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
The way he has the lyrics, the music that goes with it, how he tells the story. It's just, I
felt like I went through all the emotions just listening to it.
I know, and you were hilarious like watching it because you were just like, wait, no, that happened? And I'm like, it gets worse.
Yeah, and you already knew what happens, and I'm just over here going through it for the first time.
Yeah, because, like, I love history, and that's, like, not
really my thing.
Not really your thing. And right now, I'm reading the book. I got it a long time ago before I knew there was a musical, and I'm reading the book that inspired the musical, the play. So I know that there's going to be showings in Chicago, like, next year. It's this year now. So September, and then I think that this one in New York goes to December of this year. But super good. And I think on iTunes it's like $20 because there's like 46 songs or
wasn't
something.
it like 25 in the store?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's a good deal if you can get it online because there are a lot of songs. There's 2 volumes to it.
Yeah, and it's a long play.
Yeah, there's like an intermission, but it's good, and it makes history a little bit more manageable because you loved it, but you don't super like history.
And I feel like if that was every historical event was done like that, I think a lot more people would be interested in history.
Right.
Because like for me, just sitting in class reading chapters about founding fathers and like these historical events just was boring to me.
Right.
And like I know it was an important part of America and our history and how we became the way we are today, but it's not interesting to me at all.
But the way he made it, Lin-Manuel Miranda, I feel like I always say his name wrong, and I love this guy, so I hope I said it correctly. But it's just so good. And I'm reading the book now, and I'm seeing pieces of where like the songs are and like little quotes and I'm like, oh, that's the lyric, so it's fun. And just learning more about him, like he had purple eyes, like he had blue-green eyes, like
wow,
fascinating.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about Alexander Hamilton for like 7 days, so really
possibly future podcast.
We'll see if anyone sends an email and says, yes, I would actually like to listen to this.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, and then we also want to just give an honorable mention to one song in particular that we both really loved, and it just was a great song, and that is See You Again from the Fast and Furious 7 movie, and it's Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth. But what I didn't know is Charlie Puth actually did a version all by himself originally for a friend of his that had died. Yeah. And I think you told me about it.
Yeah, because I heard it on the radio. They were saying he originally wrote it. I was like,
oh. I looked it up on YouTube, and it gave me goosebumps. It was so good.
He's a good singer.
He is. He'll go far.
Yeah. And I'm still wondering how he got the scar. Like, is it a scar or is it intentional?
No, that's a scar. I heard the story, but I can't remember now what it is. I'll have to look it up.
I think I know how Fetty Wap lost his eye.
Who's that?
Yeah, never mind. Of course. Oh, of course, never mind. He sings that Trap Queen song that you don't like.
Oh, yeah, okay. Don't know.
There really needs to be a segment in this podcast, or when we get the YouTube channel going, where I play music and you have headphones on and you listen to it and we just record your reaction to the songs that I'm choosing.
Yeah, that's...
Because I feel like you are going to not like anything.
Yeah, that's accurate. Alright. Are you ready to move on to our next topic?
What's the next one?
Movies.
Okay.
Now, this one we didn't have as good luck as we did with music, because we both realized we didn't really watch that many movies last year.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I feel like I was at the movie theater a lot.
Yeah, I do too. But I guess I wasn't.
I love going to the movie theaters.
I do too.
Something special about it.
Yeah. I must have watched more movies like on YouTube and iTunes than actually going.
The movie that we both agreed was Magic Mike.
XXL.
That was one of the best movies.
Yeah.
And it's not just because the eye candy. Like, it was a good movie.
It was. Like, they actually put production and time and a lot of effort into this movie.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was so good.
And it was really just kind of like a buddy, like, road trip kind of movie.
Yeah.
But they added way more detail to all the characters. Because the first one, I never saw it, but I've heard that you barely get to see all the guys, really.
Yeah. And, like, what I like with the second one is you don't need to see the first one to understand.
Yeah, I didn't.
Because they tied everything up from the first one in the second one.
Yeah. And I just felt like not only was it it was a very positive movie.
Yeah.
It was very female friendly, and it was really a lot more about, like, female empowerment.
Yeah.
And didn't,
and I know that's weird to say, talking about a stripper movie.
Right. But I feel like it was a lot more about, like, and because with a group of guys in movies like that, you could definitely have it where they could be, like, kind of mean towards women or certain types of women. But instead, they were always about trying to make everyone happy and feel
and kind of
good.
Like make it seem like, this is gonna sound funny, but like male strippers is a good job.
Yeah, like there's a part where they talk about how they're healers.
Yeah,
because they're healing the people. They're like building confidence in these people.
Yeah,
and I thought it was such a crazy movie, and I was surprised how much I liked it.
Yeah. I was the same way.
And the scene with Joe in the convenience store.
Oh my gosh.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Because it was a funny movie.
Yeah, it was the best part.
I don't know how. They have to make a third one, though. You know
I doubt they will, but you never know. You never know. Because they did very well to tie everything up.
They did. And man, did they write out that one guy? What was his, Alex Pettifer?
Yeah.
They wrote him out.
But you know why they did that?
Yeah, because Channing Tatum and him don't get along.
Channing doesn't like him.
Right, he doesn't like him. They don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said recently that he's like, he doesn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I can hear that Alex can be kind of a hothead.
Yeah, I heard that too. So, who knows?
Who knows? He is very attractive, though.
Yeah, he is. Wow. And, alright, the next one that we wanted to add to our list, only because we couldn't think of anything anymore, is Spectre.
Oh, yeah.
And, again, that was one we saw together.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is Jackie texted me and asked if I wanted to go see James Bond with her.
I was just going to go, and then I thought, maybe Kayla wants to go.
And mind you, I don't like James Bond movies, but I was pleasantly surprised.
It was good.
It was so good. The opening credit scene with Sam Smith writing on the wall. Oh my gosh.
I was so excited for you to see that because it's very, there's something about seeing James Bond in the theater. It just feels kind of fun and old, you know?
Yeah.
You don't get that kind of stuff anymore. So
yeah.
It's like very nice.
No, I was pleasantly surprised, and it was a really good movie.
It was, and it wasn't cheesy, and I just thought it was a good one, especially a good way to wrap up, Daniel Craig's last film.
I know, I wish he wasn't leaving the franchise, but
I think he wanted to only do 3, and he did 4, so
yeah,
at least to get that, but
yeah.
But I don't know. I like the franchise. I'm excited to see what happens next. Who they're gonna get.
They already have the next James Bond.
Who?
I can't think of his name.
I know they talked about Idris Elba, but I don't think I said his name right. Just throwing that out.
Well, all I know.
But he doesn't want to do it.
Well, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna look. I can never remember his name.
What has he been in?
Good question.
Mm-hmm. I saw a fun game the other day on TV where someone they held up the paper, a piece of paper to their head, and had a celebrity, and you had to try to give people clues about who they are.
That's called Heads Up.
Okay, well that game, we would be so good at it.
Yeah,
we would crush. Mm-hmm. We need to find some poor saps and play against them. We would kill
him. Well, I didn't know that was his name.
That's his name.
Well,
I think that's his name. I don't think I'm saying it correctly. He also is a tall drink of water.
Yeah. He's the new James Bond.
I don't think it's official. He said he doesn't want to do it.
I've heard he's done it or signed to it.
I've heard he says, no, I don't want to do it.
Well,
because he does Luther, and Luther, I guess he says is his James Bond. And Luther, I really want to watch. That's something that I've been, because I love TV, and you are more YouTube and like movies.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with television.
I'm YouTube and movies. You're TV and I guess movies too.
Yeah, I do love movies, but yeah, TV. I watch a lot of TV, and Luther is one of them that I wanted to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into James Bond that much, but
Sean Connery is the original.
Yeah,
and he's just awesome.
What I don't like though with some of the older ones is I feel like they try too hard with like the action scenes,
like the ones from the 60s.
Yeah, but
I think that was just.
But granted, I think back then they were limited.
Yeah.
Where now there's special effects and all that type of stuff.
Well, it was very over the top in the 60s. Like the villains were ridiculous, but now they try to, especially with Daniel Craig's, it was like a reboot in a way. Like, it was like James was starting over. It wasn't like a continuous thing. Yeah. But I guess they're trying to talk about how maybe when it changes, that James Bond is like a title that gets passed on to all these random people.
I think that would work.
But I think in the last one they like established that he was James Bond. Like it wasn't a title.
Like his name was.
I think maybe in Skyfall.
Oh yeah,
they
gotcha.
established that like his parents were Bond. Like his dad was a Bond. Like that's their last names.
Gotcha.
So I don't know, but it's a cool theory.
Well, my last movie is Cinderella.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that.
I loved it. I went with my friend and her daughter, and I was kind of leery because she's young. She's only 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That could be a lot.
But her mom's like, no, it's okay. I've looked into it, and I think it was PG-13. Don't quote me on that. But I think it had to have been. But it was really good. They did really well to tell like the story and still kind of keep it to the original Disney story.
Oh.
It was really good.
The Prince, he's in Game of Thrones.
Really?
Another TV show you need to watch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was really good. Just the effects, and I just loved everything about it. It was good. You know the one that I'm really looking forward to?
What?
Is the new updated version of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah. That one looks really good.
I think Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson's in it.
She plays Belle.
Oh,
I think in my opinion, I think she plays the perfect Belle.
She's good. She's perfect for it. Who plays the Beast?
I can't remember.
I know Kevin Kline is in it.
Yeah. I think he might play her dad.
I feel like he plays like Lumiere or something.
He would be good.
Lumiere. I don't know.
We'll have to look this up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something. TV shows. You don't have any real favorite TV shows.
Well, all the ones that I'd watch in the fall are done. Because, like, we've watched Sons of Anarchy. That's done. Well, Justified we would watch, but that's more the beginning of the year. It started in January. But that's done. Walking Dead, we watched that.
Well, that could be something that you liked.
I'm like so far behind though with that one.
I can't watch it. Zombies, I can't do it.
Why?
I can't do it. Zombies creep me out. I can do almost any like sci-fi fantasy character, but zombies can't do them.
Wow.
I try. Like Warm Bodies, remember that movie?
Yeah.
We saw that. I got through it, but zombies freak me out. I think that's because they're just so dirty. Like, I know that sounds really weird, but it's like, it's just, they look so bad.
Yeah, I think one of our resolutions for this year needs to be watch more movies.
Oh, please. Well, I saw a movie today. I saw Joy.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
It was really good. I liked it. It got bad, reviews, but I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I just felt like so bad for her because it was, oh, God, her family was just so needy, and I just wanted to be like, you know what, you need to sit down. You need to take several seats and just think about your life. Anyways.
Wow.
TV shows, every day, all day, Doctor Who is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
And this season was really good this season. I really liked this season. Daredevil, that's on Netflix. That counts as a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, I talked about in the last podcast.
Yeah. The one I'm kind of watching that's been off for a couple years now is Being Human.
Oh, the American one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get into that. I watched the British one, but I didn't finish it. I, watched the first 2 or 3.
I was the same way. I started the last season, but then I would miss it, and then I catch it up on demand. Oh. But then my mom would want to watch it with me, and then we'd forget to watch it, and so then they went off of on demand, so I'm like, crap.
Now, period piece, kind of mini-series, if you're into period pieces, Poldark. So good.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's about this guy kind of he owns land. It's set around after the American Revolution, and goes back to England, and then he has to figure out his family. All these things happened when he was gone. They all thought he was dead because, of course, at that time period, if something happens to you and they don't see you for a few months, you might be dead.
Yeah, just maybe.
And if you can't respond and other people might think you're dead, and they send word that you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it kind of goes back to everyone thought he died, and he didn't.
Awkward.
Yeah, that's what I kind of remember, and I'm almost done with it. Me and my mom watch it together. The guy from the British, Being Human, the vampire, is Aidan Turner?
Yeah.
Is his name Aidan Turner in real life, or was it on the show?
No, I think it's real life.
Okay, he was in Lord of the Rings.
Well, what's cool is the vampire in the American version, he got to choose his character's name. Oh. And he chose Aiden as a dedication to...
Oh, that's cute.
To him, yeah.
I like that.
I thought that was really cool.
This is super nerdy. Is the 3 leads in the British one, 2 of them were in episodes Doctor Who.
Wow.
Almost everyone in that show was, basically, except Aiden.
Wow.
Turner, if that's his real name.
I think it is.
I think that's his real name. So, yeah, I just need him in an episode of Doctor Who, and then it's complete.
The full circle.
The full circle. Because, that's the best thing, especially with, Doctor Who and Game of Thrones, is, the amount of British actors they need, that it's just so funny, is that they've all, you've seen them all somewhere else, especially just between Doctor Who and Game of Thrones, the crossover. Even this season, you're like, is that Arya Stark? So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, are you ready to wrap this up?
I think so.
All right. Well, on that note, if you want to send us an email with just some questions.
And I wrote one down. They might want to tell us a song that they emotionally connect with.
That's
Talk
good.
About what we talked about earlier.
Yeah, that's good. Our email is kandjpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter on our joint account at kandjpodcast or the Kayla and Jackie Show.
Who knows?
Our individual Twitters are Kayla Wozniak, which is mine.
Chit Chat Jackie over here.
You'll find us somewhere on there. Just search. We've got so many names. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but we will respond.
Yes, we will. And if you want to listen to this episode or the first episode, you can follow us on SoundCloud at Kayla and Jackie Show. Again, I think, though, you can search that one, K&J Podcast, as well.
Just keep trying to see if you find it.
Yes, exactly. The picture on SoundCloud is the same as the Twitter. And
that's good.
I didn't even think about it. I put the description, or the link in the description.
That's right. See?
Yep, doing great here. Yeah, and it will be up on iTunes and YouTube eventually. So, just stay tuned. Well, until next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.